Cottonwood is a quiet, clean town. It's quiet because few people live here. One of the first things visitors notice is that they don't see any women. Town's only a block long. It's clean because horses aren't allowed in the single street that runs through the middle of town. No one wants to walk in horse manure. Cottonwood's marshal is Wayne Linkus, a native of Cottonwood, who has literally watched this town spring up from a single building. Marshal Linkus takes pride that no outlaws have come to town. He knows the town is tempting. It's very tempting. Wells Fargo office is where the mining company keeps its payroll. Marshal Linkus believes the ordinance prohibiting carrying firearms in town will keep outlaws out of Cottonwood. But you know, Linkus is often wrong.
Another quiet day in Cottonwood. I can't believe it. I thought it was another quiet day in Cottonwood.
Conflict between ranchers and farmers was over access to water and rangeland. Ranchers needed free access to grass and water. Farmers needed the same land and water to grow their crops. Farmers strung barbed wire, creating deadly conflicts.
What do you think of this? Runs from all the way back there, all the way up the other side of the ridge.
All three, you ranchers?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, every one of us. Yes, I'm not going to sit still for this. We've got over 6,000 head of cattle to run through here. We can't. We got to get to the river over here. We got to water these cattle. We're going to have to start cutting this stuff. I mean, now every bit of it. Who are these jokers?
Hey. Are you the sodbusters that cut this fence up?
What you doing? Hey,
we're going to cut this fence down.
What are you doing cutting that wire?
We're going to cut it all down.
No. We have a homestead on this property.
Cattle from the river.
We have a United States government homestead for this property, 150 acres. It does not allow you to put up that fence.
What do you want, Slim?
Just walk away, all right?
We're not walking away. It's our land. You're killing our cattle.
Well,
our cattle are dying of thirst.
Your cattle are trumping our fence. That's why we got it up.
I think people
and the crops too.
You can dig wells for your crops. You don't need to fence
We need the river. That's why it's fenced off.
We got government papers on this land. Right.
What papers do we have?
We have United States government homestead signed documents.
We've been here illegally for a longer time. That's all.
We've got our papers in the barrels of our guns, friend.
Well, your papers.
Just back away.
Wait a minute. Now, I'm going to.
Hey.
Saved one of them to bury the others.
Yeah, why didn't we do that?
Well, I'm not burying them.
He's still kicking.
I don't think he's in any shape to be burying anybody, though.
Well, we'll just have to put them.
Go get some
on
hands.
His face.
You're going to ride back to your ranch and get some hands.
All right.
I've been shot.
We just put them all in the same hole. That'll be fine.
I've been shot. Help me.
Oh, we'll help you, all right.
I don't think any sidebuster needs any help.
Give me some water.
We should have left one of you alive, though, to go tell the others.
Help me.
Cottonwood is a quiet, clean town. It's quiet because few people live here. One of the first...
Well, now, just where do you think you might be going?
I reckon I'm going in there to get a whiskey.
Dressed up in them fancy clothes. You don't look much like a farmer.
I always dress up like this when I come to town looking for pretty women.
Hey, don't they call you Joe Hooker?
What's it to you?
Well, all them Yankees has got a habit of naming people after Joe Hooker.
Is that right? And who'd they name you after, or do you even know? Probably not.
What I'm a-saying is Grant, yourself, Joe Hooker, and everybody else. All Yankees.
Well, you know what? You ain't nothing but a low-down, no good for nothing, lying rebel yourself, like the rest of these boys. I don't need this.
Is that right? Well, maybe we're proud of it.
Well, you ought to not be.
Put it away. Well, that's one less side buster. Now you get him out of here and take him back to the farm. And you tell other farmers that if they come to town looking for trouble, we'll give them all the trouble they want.
Those sod busters has got guns too, and they fight just as good as cowpokes.
Like him.
A little better. You better.
Something's got to be better.
You best be ready.
Something's got to be better. Now get him out of here.
Wells Fargo served as a stagecoach and freight wagon stop in many towns. It was often the primary bank. That made it a target of robbers in search of easy money.
We know you got the mine payroll in there. Give it up, no one gets hurt.
Well, I tell you what, there's another way for people not to get hurt. You can just keep on walking without the payroll.
Mighty big talk from one marshal against the 5 of us. Hey, wait a minute. Aren't you the Lone Ranger? You're Bass Reeves. I thought you operated only in Indian territories.
Well, I don't operate in just Indian territories. I operate all over the West. I keep law and order and truth and the American way everywhere out West. And come to think of it, I don't recall giving you my name. How do you know my name?
Everybody knows Bass Reeves, the Lone Ranger. 2 silver pistols, right?
What?
That's it. That's him. That's him, boys.
Lone Ranger or Lone Marshal?
I think
You're
so.
outnumbered and outgunned.
I'm a U.S. Marshal.
This is not your day.
I don't know anything about a Lone Ranger or a lone gunman or a Texas Ranger. I'm a U.S. Marshal, gentlemen, and you're in violation if you try to take this payroll.
I think it's time to give it up. You don't want to get hurt? Let's do it right now. Come on. Come on, Marshal.
I think you're going to be the one to get hurt.
Big talk, big talk.
I think that's a bad assumption, gentlemen. I think you need to go on your way.
Put that thing down, Marshal. Put that thing down.
I think you need to
You
step
are not going to win this one.
I think you
Boys,
need to
we've
go
got
on.
him outnumbered.
Yeah.
And we sure got him outgunned.
Yep.
And that's a poor assumption.
Whoa.
Whoa.
It's still just 2 against 5. We can take these guys, no problem at all.
Well, we'll see about that, won't we?
I think so. All right.
Put your gun down.
Drop the gun.
Drop it.
Well, if I gotta be captured, at least I'm captured by the Lone Ranger.
You keep calling me the Lone Ranger. Why do you keep calling me the Lone Ranger? I'm a U.S. Marshal.
Ride a white horse, yeah?
How do you know that?
Name's Silver, yeah?
And how do you know that?
Anyone ever call you Kimosabe? Never mind. Look, when I get to prison, I'll be proud to tell the other guys that I was captured by the Lone Ranger. They'll know who I mean. What you gonna do?
You're going to jail. That'll teach you to try to take Wells Fargo and Cottonwood.
Not my first step in jail.
It'll be your last.
Men drank in saloons as they gambled. Drinking and gambling are a deadly combination.
I'll call you. Show your spades there. I'll call you. Wait a minute, this isn't no bridge game, this is...
Yeah.
This ain't go fish.
This hand ain't worth a nickel. I think we got a stacked deck here.
I know we got a stacked deck.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I want to see those hands. I'm gonna raise you 4.
Well, throw them all in. I got nothing.
I tell you what, I got 2 queens.
You're cheating.
No, I'm not.
You're a cheating scoundrel.
I am not.
Yes, you are.
You
I've
no
seen
good.
You, I've seen you
Floor
play
flushing,
cards before.
bottom dealing polecat.
Take that.
What happened here?
Looks like we got some money for the day anyway.
Army life was dull and tedious. Drill was dull. Pay was low. Sometimes troopers had a regimental commander they respected and loved, a man they would follow anywhere. And sometimes troopers had a commander who led them into situations that got them all killed. Desertion was handled by sending trusted soldiers to bring back the wayward recruits.
I can't believe this. How'd they find me? I'm not going back. They'll never take me back.
Gentlemen,
Marshal?
brings the attention of the U.S. Cavalry and the U.S. Marshals to Cottonwood.
Well, sir, we're looking for a deserter. Fella named Brady Hawks, Private Brady Hawks. Fellas in his company told us told me he had family nearby here and always talking about this little town of Cottonwood, so we figured we'd stop here first and just see if that was the truth and if anybody ever heard of him. You know him?
I know him. He grew up here in this town.
All right.
And a few weeks ago, he said he wanted to be a soldier, and he takes off. He came back about a week ago, and I wondered why he come back, because he wanted to be a soldier so bad.
Well, we want him to be a soldier so bad, and we're looking for him, and we're going to make sure he gets back to where he needs to be. So, you think you could help us find him?
Brady just went in the hotel.
Did he?
Hey, Brady, come on out. I tell you, he's got several of his buddies around here that are kind of a rough-looking bunch. You better watch for them.
Well, Private Hawks.
How'd you know where to find me?
Well, it wasn't too hard. The fellas in your company said you was always going on about Cottonwood, so wasn't too difficult to put 2 and 2 together, and here we are looking for you. Now, why don't you just come on with me? We'll head on back to the fort, spend a little bit of time in the guardhouse. We won't press charges of formal desertion, because, son, that's a hanging offense, and you don't want that.
I'm not going back. I've got a far better life here in Cottonwood.
Well, that may be, but when you sign up for 4 years of service with the U.S. Army, you can't just resign, son. So you come on back with me now.
Well, I've got friends that says I'm not going nowhere with you. Boys.
Now, Hawks, I'll give you 2 options. You can come with me right now, or you can stay here permanently.
You just go back and tell them you couldn't find me.
Oh, I found you, son. If I have to, I'll leave you here in the dirt.
I'm not going back.
Take your hand off that pistol, boy. Take your hand off it. I think we got him. Well, Marshal, I hate to dirty up your town, but...
Well, you had no choice.
No, they gave us none.
I just don't understand that. Why he wouldn't just go back? Why would he prefer this?
Wish I could tell you.
Look, 4 dead men.
4 dead men.
Over nothing.
Now, let's get somebody to plant these fellas.
The trooper was correct. Brady Hawk stayed in Cottonwood. They buried him beside someone who had also picked the wrong fight with the wrong man. The scheduled hanging of Arizona Slim attracted a crowd of characters to Cottonwood.
My boys will be coming. If you don't release me, Cottonwood will be a burned out cinder. The decision rests with you. If you townspeople know what's good for you, you will break me out of jail before my friends arrive. You heard of Lawrence, Kansas? During the war? That is the fate of Cottonwood unless you let me out.
All right, Marshal. We've come from our boy, Arizona Slim. Now, we can do this the easy way. Y'all just hand him over and we'll mosey on out of town, or we can burn this town to the ground. You tell me which it'll be.
Andy! Andy, is that you?
It's me.
Sheriff, I told you my friends would come for me. You heard Andy's promise. It is not a threat to burn this town. It is a promise.
That's right.
He was arrested proper, he was tried proper, he was convicted proper, and he's going to be hanged proper. Farrell, you and your brother get out of the way. I got no interest in you today. Get out of the way before you get hurt.
Cock-a-doodle-doo!
Fill your hands, boys. You're daisy to do.
As Marshal Linkus promised, Arizona Slim was arrested proper, was tried proper, was sentenced proper, and was hanged proper. Despite the public hanging of Arizona Slim, the lure of money inside Wells Fargo was too strong for other gangs.
Hey, wait a minute, man. Wait.
Hey.
Whoa.
This is official business.
No.
Get on out of here.
This is official business.
Get on out of
Snake
here.
oil.
Get on out of here. We don't need no...
Look, it makes fattening
We
and
don't need no
skin.
stinking
You need some.
snake oil.
Well, we don't need
We have got official
crack medicine.
official U.S. business here.
This is official.
You're going to find out what official
I
is.
tell you what,
Get
if
on.
that cures lead poisoning, you better take it quick, 'cause you're gonna get
Get
shot.
on into the office.
You look like you done took it quick.
Get on out of here.
Get.
I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm going. But you need to buy something.
Oh, what do we got here?
Hey, we've been waiting on you. The Wells Fargo paid us to come and protect that payroll.
Where are your badges?
What badges? We don't need no stinking badges.
You have a Wells Fargo badge?
We got them. Right here.
Well,
Right where?
Right here.
Hey, just... Hey.
Ha ha, I bet you wish you had some of this now, don't you, old boy? Ha ha. Too late for you, sucker. Such a waste.
Most gangs avoid towns after they have robbed stages, banks, or post offices. They head for canyons, deserts, mountains, or rivers where they can spot posses coming. Smart gangs do, at least anyway. But some gangs choose to hide in towns. No one ever said robbers are overly bright.
I told you boys it would be smart to rob that bank at Wells Fargo and run, and then hide out here at Cottonwood. Them posses are up in the hills and the mountains and down along the river looking for us, and right here we are.
I ain't so sure. We rode out in the direction of Cottonwood. We didn't go in the direction of the mountains. How come they wouldn't come this way?
Listen, everybody knows when gangsters rob a place, they head to the hills or to the mountains or along the riverbanks. The last place they'd look is this place is close to the bank. You worry too much.
Brother, I gotta hand it to you. Pretty good idea hiding out in plain sight. Daddy'd be proud of you.
You boys just need to leave the thinking to me. I've done pretty good so far. I mean, last time I checked, ain't nobody been shot or caught, have they?
What makes sense to the posse is what worries me. If you ride off towards Cottonwood, it stands to reason you go into Cottonwood.
Not to this dumb posse. They not smart as a box of rocks. They don't know where we're going.
I hope you're right.
I'm right, trust me. They think we're going to the desert and not even one around here.
I knew coming to Cottonwood was a stupid idea. We got some guys come up the fence lines with guns. The posse has found us.
So I was wrong.
Now what we gonna do, boys?
I don't know what we're going to do.
Run for the hills.
Trapped like rats.
I'll have to shoot our way out.
Don't look good. They're fairly armed and they look to mean business.
I have to prepare to meet the maker.
Well, what are we going to do?
We're gonna run, boys. We'll shoot our way out if we have to.
We need to greet them with open arms.
I'm not giving up to no low-down posse out there.
Where'd our guard go?
He probably ran for the hills.
It was your smart thinking that got us into this mess.
Will you shut up?
You go first.
No, you're the big boy. You go first. I'll get behind.
I volunteer him to go first.
All right, you go first.
They won't shoot you.
I'll go.
fool that came out first.
Yeah. What a loser.
He is now, that's for sure. Pitiful. I'd say we did our job, gentlemen.
Yep.
Anybody need souvenirs?
I don't see anything here worth souvenir working.
Let's just leave them. They'll rot. Keep an eye on them. Nobody's moving.
As that gang learned, old cowboys are dangerous. And I mean always dangerous.
All right, guys, we don't want no trouble in this town.
There won't be any trouble. If you want our guns, tell them to take their guns
Did y'all
off.
see the sign when you come in?
We saw the sign, but they've got their guns on.
Anymore, right? We're heading
Only
out.
one of them's a law officer. We'll give up our guns as soon as they lay off
More
theirs.
dangerous people
We
around.
don't need no trouble here.
We're not going to be any trouble.
Well, give me your guns.
I'm not going to be disarmed as long as they've got their guns.
We're heading out.
That's
We're
But they're
heading out.
law.
One of them is.
Somebody's got to take care of the law.
You're the law. You go take care of it.
That's
Isn't
what
that
I'm
what you get
trying
paid
to
to
do
do?
it now. I'm trying to disarm y'all. So if
We're
there's
not
no-
going to be
Leaving.
disarmed.
You just got to turn around and give them back to us.
You go talk to them. You get them to lay off
You're
theirs
the ones
and we'll
walking
lay
through
off
town
ours.
with the guns.
Y'all in together. Y'all a bunch of pimps.
Now listen, if you want them to disarm us, that's fine. We'll fight it out with them right here. Just give me 6 feet of ground. Fight is my racket. But that's
I don't want to
that's not-
see no more killing in this town.
Well, I don't either. So you have them
so
throw
give
their
me your
off.
guns and it'll be
No,
all right.
I'm not.
Not happening.
No, not having it.
Not happening.
No.
You go talk
this,
to them.
this is like arguing with a rock, y'all.
You go argue with them.
Y'all pay the consequences. That's all I can say. I went down there to disarm them. For God's sakes, don't go down there. They'll kill you. They won't give their guns up. Don't go down there. Don't go down there.
Well, we're going to disarm them anyway, because it's a misdemeanor. Come on, say something. We're down here to disarm you guys. You're under arrest
For what?
for carrying firearms in the public. But you're still here for now.
Well, you're standing in our way.
Well, put your
Picking on
guns
us
down.
since you got here.
Put your guns down and put your hands up. We're going to take you over to the jail.
Not gonna happen.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Oh, shoot!
And as the sun set that day, Cottonwood once again became a quiet town as the dead were buried next to their friends.